Hi guys, I'm Mackenzie, and this is my speech on Harriet Tubman. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars, to change the world. Harriet Tubman is an important woman who changed the course of history for many slaves on the Underground Railroad. She was truly a selfless woman, and as we learn about her influence and strength, it helps us to become better and remember her example as one to follow. I've done extensive research on Harriet Tubman, and what I have found has impacted me greatly. I hope that I can share with you the impact that this research has had on me as we learn together about Harriet Tubman's life and effect on those around her throughout her life. Today I will share with you the information about Harriet Tubman from the time she was a young girl to her time in the Underground Railroad. Hopefully you will find relevancy in your own life that can help you to find your own sense of strength to overcome challenges. Let's start by looking at Harriet's younger years to see what led up to her participation in the Underground Railroad. Harriet Tubman had an unconventional childhood. Her early life had a lot of unexpected events that helped to shape her and build her character. We learn a lot about Harriet Tubman's early life from the Harriet Tubman Historical Society. From the society, we learn she did not know when she was born exactly, but estimated the year 1825 throughout her life. For this reason, Harriet struggled knowing her exact age and often guessed or used the year 1825 to estimate her current age at the time. She was born under the name Araminta Ross and nicknamed Minty for short by those who were close to her. She carried a lot of responsibility at a young age. Her first job beginning just at the age of 5 to take care of a young infant. After this job was completed and she was physically prepared, at around the age of 12 years old, she began work in the fields. Harriet Tubman was involved in a horrible accident in her early years that was very traumatic and affected the rest of her life. While working in the fields, she witnessed a slave master, angered at another slave. She proceeded to block the overseer's path to protect the slave from any danger. As a result of her quick kindness, the overseer grabbed a 2-pound weight and threw it at Harriet, hitting her directly in the head. The results of this incident were narcolepsy and seizures that affected the rest of her life. Harriet Tubman married a free black man named John Tubman and eventually changed her name to what she is now known as Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman escaped through the Underground Railroad, and instead of enjoying her newfound freedom, she risked her own life to save many more slaves through the same process, including her family. Harriet attempted escape once with her brothers. This was their first escape, but that was a failed attempt due to second-guessing their mission. She wanted to find freedom in order to keep her family together after many slaves were sold from the plantation. She sought to keep them together, but understood the fear and what the repercussions would be if they were found. This led to them abandoning their mission and going back to Maryland. Determined to still seek escape, Harriet attempted another escape, and this time it was successful. She escaped to Philadelphia and began earning money to go back again to save the rest of her family. Harriet ventured out again and saved her siblings, and then returned to the South to save the rest of her family. These were very dangerous trips, but Harriet was determined to do her best and to save her family. She exposed herself to so much danger and showed her genuine love for the rest of her family and those around her. Many posted wanted signs for her arrest because she was such a well-known conductor of the railroad. This is where I'll show a wanted picture of Harriet Tubman. She took 19 trips back to the South to guide friends and family to freedom. Every trip was a dangerous trek, but it meant freedom for those she cared about, according to the Harriet Tubman Historical Society. Following the Underground Railroad, Harriet Tubman spent the rest of her life influencing those around her and fighting for freedom. Harriet married again in her later years to Nelson Davis. She adopted a child and continued to live a happy life following the time she spent with the Underground Railroad. She served as an advocate for women's suffrage and gave many speeches to fight for women's rights. She died on March 10th, 1912, and is remembered for her courage, strength, and fight for freedom for all, no matter who they are. Harriet Tubman was a strong woman who showed those who she saved love and bravery as she risked herself to help others. Her younger years helped her to learn how to persevere and never give up. Then her countless trips back and forth on the Underground Railroad helped show her love for freedom and for those around her. Her later years help us remember the challenges she endured that shaped the courageous, loving woman whom she was prior to her death. As we honor and recognize her past, we can grow stronger together and feel the love of the love and selflessness that she so generously expressed to over 300 slaves. She's an example to us all and will always be remembered for the way that she lived her life and for the lessons she taught that affect us all. Thanks for watching.